I grew up with a pretty normal family, as normal as it could be in my mind. I had a good relationship with my mom, a good relationship with my dad, but growing up I thought that something had to be missing. I was at a fusion service, and afterwards in prayer, the Lord spoke something to me that changed my life. He said that my mom and dad would get back together. At this time, they had been separated for about 5 years. I knew that if it was from the Lord, then I had to do my part in prayer to help that come about. There were a lot of times where I just wanted to give up. I didn't want to pray anymore for it because it didn't look like it was going to happen. The enemy really tried to show me that that this couldn't happen, that my mom and dad could not get back together, that God could not restore their relationship. As time went on, I started to forget about it. I started to forget what the Lord had said to me, that my parents would get back together. And I was at another fusion service, and in prayer afterwards, a leader was praying with me, and the Lord had told her to say to me not to forget the dream that God had given me. And instantly I knew that that was about my parents and their relationship being restored. A few months later, I actually went to the furnace, and the Lord had given me scriptures to pray because at that point, that's all I could trust in, is what the Word said. I prayed those scriptures, and I actually wrote their names on the wailing wall. And I continued to pray for them. My dad had come to me one day and said that he wanted to confront my mom about their relationship. I took that opportunity to tell him about the promise that the Lord had given me almost a year and a half before, and he also agreed to pray with me. The first series that we had at Victory this year was about family, and at that time they were coming to church every Sunday with me and my brother. They started to sit next to each other. They started to talk about the messages after church, and I could really see the little changes and the big changes that God was doing in my mom's life and in my dad's. That they are actually claiming to be married again. This past Sunday, they just celebrated their 30th wedding anniversary. God has shown me personally that He's faithful, that He does not lie, that what He says will happen will happen. All He needs from us is to persevere through prayer, and in the battle between what we see and what we know to be true, that we take our stand and we stand firm on His truth alone, and know that with God all things are possible.